What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. It has been a pretty busy last couple weeks here at the HQ. I have been building, and on top of that, since we're in New England, we've been battling 3 or 4 different storms. Plus, we've had 2 that were crazy. It dumped like over 18 inches on us, which is how it used to be when I was a kid. But the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 years has been pretty unusual. It's been, 2 or 3 inches here and there, not much. And it's funny because before Christmas, I was telling my wife, we used to get a lot more snow than we've been seeing now. Because she told me, she was like, oh, you said you got a lot of snow, and then we moved back here. She's from Florida. So we moved back here from Florida, and we got, we haven't really been getting much snow, so I don't know, I think you're being, dramatic. And I'm like, no, and my dad sent me some photos from when I was a kid, showing, 3-4 foot tall snowbanks, and, there was a picture of me running a snowblower, walk behind a snowblower, and there's, almost 8 or 9 inches of snow on the ground and that. So I was showing her that, and I'm like, yeah, I wish it used to be like this, blah, blah, it used to be like this, I wish it was still like this, blah, 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 blah. Well, anyway, since January, it's been 18 inches, 6 inches, 8 inches, 9 inches. Every weekend it snows. And so this past weekend we had another, 8, 9 inches, but the most of the state of Connecticut, which is where I live, southern part down by the shore and getting down towards New York City, got over, 19, 20 inches of snow. So, with that being said, I've been super busy with, trying to keep the property up with that. I ended up having to go out and buy a brand new snowblower last weekend, which I had to drive, almost an hour away from my house to pick it up. Because, the day before a snowstorm is not ideal to buy a snowblower, but I needed it. The last storm we had that was, dumped 18 inches on us in 24 hours. I have a wheel horse garden tractor, an old one from 1987 with a big, well, it's not big, but it's a 48-inch snowplow on the front. And unfortunately, I ran out of room piling stuff up the first storm, and I had to go out every couple hours and plow. That the next storm came through, this one came through this past weekend, I was nervous I wasn't going to have anywhere else to put the snow, and I'd have to be out couple hours throughout the middle of the night plowing. So I bit the bullet and went and picked up a brand new 24-inch Craftsman walk-behind snowblower. So we'll see how well that serves us. It did good in the last storm. But anyhow, I have been building trucks. I know this Ram here, this 4th gen, I posted it up on here. Well, not here. I posted it up on Instagram, and I posted it up on Facebook and some of the model truck pages I know a lot of you guys are in. And it got a lot of traction. Everybody loved it. So I've been meaning to make a video on it. I also, a couple videos ago, you saw when I picked both these up and unboxed them when they were stock. I also said I had something in store for this. I made that into an off-road wrecker as well. And then on top of that, I also, this isn't really much, but I did a wheel swap on this guy here. So he's got, Greenlight's got these military square body trucks. And it's like a 3/4 or 1-ton Chevy. It's like a K30, I believe. 2 or long bed. Anyway, I got that for my buddy who did a wheel swap on it. And when I was going down to Tennessee, and he left me these wheels and traded this K5 Blazer for a lowered K5 Blazer. And so yeah, so we have that. We also built that, so that's kind of cool. I'll give you guys a quick look at that. So nothing too crazy on this. It's just something for my beach town diorama. So let's go ahead and we'll do an in-depth tour, and then at the end I have a unboxing of something else that I'll show you guys at the end. So I guess we'll start with the Ram. Well, they're both Rams. The 4th gen flatbed, then we'll get to the tow truck. So I'll move the tow truck off to the side. Alright, so let's get this kind of repositioned. Now, I know most of these videos are all one take, and actually all of my videos are one take. And that's because I don't ever have time to sit there and edit videos. So it's super quick for me to just film this and upload it. So here's the Ram 3500. I lifted it on 5th gen wheels, which these are actually 5th gen wheels and M2 off-road tires that my buddy, the same one that got that military truck that I wheel swapped the K5 with, he gave those to me. I prefer the way the 5th gen wheels look. Lift kit. And that way it spaces it out. Those back wheels on both sides are spaced out pretty far. The whole entire tire is outside the fender, so you can tell that it's a pretty decent wheel space. Got a ranch hand front bumper from Portland Car Lover. He's on Instagram. He's got a V5 Dodge V5 bumper, and you can get them with winches, without winches, different color mesh configurations, and you can even get it with emergency lights in the top corners, which actually built this Skeeter brush truck several years ago. This is also a 5th gen here. You can see those lights have the emergency lights on them. This is kind of a cool truck. If you guys want to see a review of this thing, let me know. I built this probably 3 years ago, and it's just kind of floated around with me, floated around from place to place with me. I actually built this after I got out of customs, or after I got out of the fire truck business, whatever, fire truck hobby, kit bashing. I got into building these custom trucks. The guy that I was getting my parts from had that Skeeter truck body, so I decided to buy one from him, and the kit with the super single wheels and stuff. I decided to buy it from him and go ahead and make a brush truck. So anyhow, my buddy Anton, so I'll just state Anton's his name, and he's, I believe he's Fisher 164 Scale Builds on Instagram. Fisher Built 164. I had to cancel the video off and go look it up. I should know this because he's one of my best friends, and I hang out with him outside of this hobby. We actually hang out outside, and I actually got him into modifying a lot of these trucks. He also has a vinyl business. He does the guards, or the windshield deflectors, or bug deflectors. He makes those for the square body trucks. So that green deflector there. Go check him out on Instagram as well. He also makes different vinyls for logos, and you guys have kind of seen his stuff here and there in the past, especially if you follow me on Instagram. Anything that's kind of small and quirky as far as like signs go. Like I had a first sale sign in the windshield of a Chevy 3500 one time. He's one that also makes all my street signs for my dioramas. And he made the banner on this. So go check him out. Give him some love to his channel, his Instagram, and hit him up if you guys need any vinyl stuff done. He can also do full scale size stuff too. So just shoot him a message and see what he's up to. But anyhow, so he was the one that gave me the wheels and tires for this as well. And then I also have it hidden back in here, which you can kind of see on the back window, Cummins logo. It's a C, and it has Cummins written right through it, just like the actual logo there on the side of the truck. In the bed, I just put a fuel transfer tank, nothing special back there. I'm probably going to list this truck for sale eventually, and when I do, it'll get listed like this, then that way whoever buys it can add whatever they want into the bed. On the underside detail is there, so I have the exhaust coming down and over. I have drive shafts coming in the front and the back out of the transfer case, and then steering bar in there and tie rod for the steering detail for the front of it. That's something I've kind of done on a majority of the trucks that I build. So there's a quick side photo shot of it there. Really, really nice truck. I am very happy with how this came out. The first truck I ever built was a Ram 3500 when I switched over from kit bashing. 5th gen, it was a pickup, but I did this similar build to it. So I wanted to, now that I have been doing this for 3 years and I've gotten, you know, I've experimented, I've gotten what works best for me down. I wanted to build a truck that kind of pay homage to that first truck that I built. And, you know, so that's what this truck is. All right, so next is going to be the off-road wrecker. So this thing is pretty sweet. I got the idea of this from, if you guys know Murphy's Diesel on YouTube, he's got a 5500 Ram wrecker that is now a big, huge rock crawler custom truck, and he calls it Hellboy. It's the name of his Hellboy. But when Hellboy started out, it was literally a Ram 5500 tow truck with a off-road front bumper on super singles and a lift kit. It basically looked like this. It was red, had the wrecker body on it. It obviously didn't have like the orange fenders and stuff like that, or ignition towing on the side or anything like that, but it looked a lot like this. It had black wheels on it. And there was a video floating around about 2 years ago of Hellboy pulling a school bus up out of a ditch in the snow, and that video kind of went viral. That was how that was old. That was like the original video of that truck. So that gave me the idea to build this. Obviously, I don't have the time, or, you know, I mean, I guess I have the time, but I just don't have like the ability to sit there and build the big rock crawler version of Hellboy he has now, because he's got like the whole front where the headlights are and stuff. His is the 4th gen, but where all these headlights are, that's all cut out, and it comes down to like here and then over, and then the headlights are actually up here in the grill, 2 circular ones here, 2 circular ones there. I wanted to keep this kind of original. I don't want to start cutting all that out and stuff. But that's what I mean with this. So the biggest thing is these wheels here. These wheels and tires. I got them from, again, my buddy Anton. He ordered them from, I forget who he ordered them from. I'll have to look it up. Next video I make, because I have another set of wheels for another truck. Next video I make, I will plug or shout out whose wheels those are. I don't remember. If I do remember, I'll put it in the comments. So this is actually the page for the guy who the wheels are from. It's N&D Customs. His page is up here, Nix_Customs164 on Instagram if you want to check him out. I found that out earlier from my buddy Anton. So this is his page. He offers some different types of things. It looks like he's got wheels and stuff, and he's got a Shopify here, which we can take a look at. He offers, see, these are the wheels here that I have on the truck. He also offers some different wheel choices here. And he actually has the 25-3500 cat eye, 3/4 and 1 ton basically, truck wheels, bag racks, steerable axle kit, so you can actually customize your truck so the front wheels steer. That's pretty cool. He's got a lot of cat eye parts in here. F250, 350 decals. So if you buy an F150 from Greenlight and you want to convert it, you can put the 250, 350 decals on it. Different wheel types, and I believe these are the ones that I have on the truck here, the 15-inch bullet holes here. And I believe if you look at these, you can actually, yeah, so those are them there. You can actually, yeah, right here, you can actually, he gives you all the way up to a 44-inch tire, so you can go through here and you can select what tire you want. So from a 31, 33, 35, 36, 37, 38 and a half to a 44 Super Swamper, so like this. So that's his account there. So if you guys want to check him out, he's got, like I said, he's got some cool stuff. And while I'm actually on here doing this, we'll check out my buddy Anton's page, which is Fisher Built 164 Customs. Fisher Built 164 there. These are some of the trucks he's built. If you follow my Instagram, you've seen some stuff of his on there, like this picture here. This was taken, I actually took these pictures for him on Beach Town. And there's several other photos here. He does some pretty cool builds, like that square body there on the 5th gen Ram wheels. And he actually is the one that rubber resin printed the tires that are on my other off-road wrecker. This off-road wrecker here, which you guys will see later in this video. This is my Instagram as well. If you guys are interested, New England _164 Customs with a Z at the end. It's linked, I believe, in the bio on this YouTube page as well. So, all right, now back to the video and the truck builds. Enjoy. Of this video, so check there. Anyhow, so I got those. Those are actually cool. They're 2-piece. They're 3D printed rims and tires, but they're 2-piece. So you slide, so you can actually pull the rims out and paint them separate from the tires. You can paint the tires, paint the rims, and they come. I forget where that bag is that I have. He gave me a bag of wheels and here we go. So they come like this. So you can paint the tires and then you can paint the wheels whatever color you want. We just did a simple gray on the wheels, and obviously the tires are a flat black, which is how that is. Other than the rest of the truck, another Portland car lover front bumper actually ordered this the same time as I ordered the one for the light blue Ram. They're the exact same bumper with a receiver, 2-inch receiver, and a winch. Cummins logo across the windshield. Cummins logo in the back window. I kind of copied the same build as far as stickers and decals went. On the bottom, it's kind of the same thing. This is the exhaust coming to there to a side dump. I got my drive shaft detail there. This truck isn't 100% finished. I got to go through and kind of clean up like that, those glue marks there and stuff. I got to clean all that up. And then drive shaft or tie rod and steering detail. Like I said, we did the side dump exhaust on this one. So what actually happened was that piece of metal, that piece of tubing I had bent for the flatbed. Actually, here, let me move this back and I'll show you. So I bent it for this. And when I had it upside down, I had it coming out, so it came here and turned and came out this way. This is where I ran the exhaust tube. And then I realized that would have dumped out here on the driver's side, and Rams do not dump exhaust out on the driver's side. They only dump it out on the passenger side. So I took, which is right there. So I took that metal tube, that 90 that I had cut out, or I had bent, and I just threw it in the parts bin and ended up using it, and it turned out pretty good for a side dump exhaust on this. And then the next size up pipe I just cut on there for an exhaust tip, so you guys can kind of see how that sits on there. And then these trucks, the stinger comes down, so you can set it up with whatever you guys want. If you guys look at my Instagram, you'll see this with that Skeeter brush truck behind it. But if you set it up, you can actually bring this down pretty low, so it goes down like that, and then you can fit something on the back of it, like a K5 Blazer. So that that doesn't look all that bad. Or you can fit something bigger on the back of it, like that Skeeter brush truck, or even these big old, like this square body here. See, like that'll even fit on the back of it. It's a pretty big setup, but I'll keep the camper off because I don't want to hit the tree there. But so anyhow, so that is how that truck is, and I'm gonna take some pictures of it after I finish making this video, post it on Instagram, let it sit up there for a couple days for people to see it, and then I will post this video. So by the time you guys see this video, this truck, this off-road wrecker photos have been out, and stuff like that. So, one other thing. the unboxing I promised you guys. So this is, I found this Majorette Hilux collectible, Toyota Hilux collectible. So funny story, because I seem to have a lot of those these days. Was down in Walmart, not the usual Walmart I go to, a different Walmart that's way out of my usual range of stores that I go to. My sister just moved into an apartment, so me, my sister, and my 2 daughters were down at my sister's house, or my sister's apartment, and then we went to the the Walmart across the street from her apartment. And funny enough, my older daughter Brooklyn found a $100 bill the same day I found this in the same store, 10 minutes before I found this. And so I went over to the models, and I said, well, let's see what they got. And sure enough, we found this Hilux. So let's pop this thing open and take a look at it. I anticipate this being, I've never even opened one of these before, so I anticipate this being kind of interesting. I think I'm going to leave it in the display case, and I think I'm going to display it because it's such a good looking truck. I might as well. All right, so here's the display case, and then it comes with comes with this. If anybody in another country that can read any of this wants to pause it and see what it says, I'm pretty sure it is a, CF, attention. It's a warning label. It probably says it's for kids. Let's see. Attention, F. It's a collecting, here's something in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, but I can understand what it says here. It's a collecting model. It's not meant for kids under the age of 14. See right there. Model for collection. It's a collecting model. It's not convenient. Past infants. 14. So basically, it's a model. It's not suitable for little kids. That's what that says in like 8 different languages. Alright, so here it is. It comes in this pretty sweet display case. Let me zoom this in. You guys hear weird noises. My daughter upstairs, Brooklyn. There's a screw in the bottom. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not taking this off the display case. I'm gonna keep this on here. But it's the 85 Hilux. This is the original Toyota truck, I think, that made everybody go, these are diesel, and it made everybody go, wow, the Hilux is a good, or Toyota in general is a good brand. So, taking a look at the front of it here. Actually, I'm going to put the display case back on because I'm getting this stuff on here. Bear with me one second. Alright, there we go. So, it has off-road light detail on the front, nice headlight detail. This is Majorette. These usually make cheap, like, knockoff versions of Hot Wheels, so I'm very surprised to see this nice lineup. The off-road lights, looks like it's got interior detail. Oh wow, the past steering wheel's on the left side, not the right hand. It's not a right hand drive. I'm surprised. Usually these trucks are right hand drive. Because it's usually for the British, Japanese, and Australian markets, and all those markets are left-hand drive. I'm surprised they did a right-hand drive on this truck. Right-hand drive. I'm surprised they did a left-hand drive on this truck. And there's the back of it. So it's pretty cool. I'm going to leave this in the display case. I don't think I'm going to take this out. If I find a second one, maybe I'll take it out and build it. But, yeah. Alright, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed my video. Please feel free to, if you haven't already, like, comment, rate, subscribe. We're at 1,000 followers. Actually, the number's going up, so I really appreciate your guys' support for this channel and everything that we're doing. This is, my hobby. I feel like that furnace is about to turn on in a second. And yeah, so don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well. at the same as this, New England _164 Customs with a Z at the end. And I'll see you guys in the next one.